I'm Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. We still have a 30% chance of having an X-class flare from the same exact region, 3590. It is now heading off of the middle of the sun line, and it is heading towards the western limb as it heads off of the sun. However, that's in a couple of days. We still are presented yet again with that chance of having a very large, strong X-class flare from that region that will produce a strong radio blackout. There is a slight chance that it will produce a solar radiation storm, but hold on, because we're going to talk about the planetary alignments first. We have our moon shifting out of Virgo and entering that Libra energy, so it feels a little bit lighter. However, to regain some balance, there may be some emotional extremes today. But since we are in Pisces season, we are going to be healing and resolving all these inner issues like a lot quicker. So yay, Pisces season, it's going to get moved along. We have the Sun and Uranus today, and they are collaborating to bring a lot of sunshine into your life. It is highlighting what makes you special, highlighting those unique talents and skills that make you you, and it will show how we can impact the world around us just by being you. However, there is an underlying feeling of frustration today because we are heading into a little bit of a rougher energy tomorrow. So just be aware of that. Now let's talk about the sun. So here's the sun today. We have 6 sunspots. Most are stable. Pretty much all of them are stable except for this massive sunspot right here. This is region 3590. You can actually see this with your physical eyes on the sun because it is massive. It is also earth facing, so if we do have a solar flare that is emitted from this sunspot, guess where it's going? And it's going to get there a lot quicker because we have these coronal holes that are surrounding our active region. So here is that active sunspot region. This is region 3590. It looks ugly. Actually, it looks beautiful. This region has been highly active ever since it came onto the sun. It is still in beta, delta, and gamma range, went up a lot in size again. By far the largest sunspot region that we've had in a while. It has produced an M-class flare today, an M2. We do have a 70% chance of having more M-class flares from here presently today, 24 hours we're speaking. C-class flares, we're going to be seeing them. However, the sun is quiet right now. We do have 30% chance of having an X-class flare from this region. You can tell why. Also, if we do have a solar flare from this region, the proton level will increase on the Earth, sending us into an S1 solar radiation storm or higher. And not only that, if this produces a coronal mass ejection, which means if highly ionized plasma is erupted from the sun and gets sent to Earth and it penetrates our magnetic field, then it will produce communication issues, GPS and navigation, human beings and how you think and mentally feel. And it will create some beautiful aurora borealises, suggesting that the magnetic field is extremely weak and about to crack. We have had some decay in the trailing spots surrounding our leader groups, but as you can tell, these are definitely getting a lot closer together. Our negative and our positive are coming together, and they can cause these massive explosions off of the sun. The delta in the center of our group is very weak, and the positive and the negative polarities are closing in on those lead spots. So between the 26th and the 28th, we have a very strong chance of producing a strong X-class flare. However, today it is very quiet, eerily quiet. Today we've only had that M2 from our region 3590. There were no CMEs that were associated with this solar flare. But it's quite a difference from what we have had and what we are seeing with our massive sunspot. We were able to catch this M-class flare from our SDO imagery. Here are our solar wind levels. So we have had a very weak enhancement from a negative polarity that has came in. We have been ranging around the 300 to 400 kilometers per second. And we will see another small enhancement between the 26th and the 28th for our solar winds. However, with our geomagnetic forecast, we are expecting to see 0 geomagnetic storms, maybe reaching up to a KP4 today, and it is going to stay stagnant up in the KP2 and KP3 levels, so very minor. However, that can change a lot quicker with our region 3590 if this explodes 72 hours, maybe even less before it hits Earth. Let that sink in. And with that slight chance for an X-class flare, we also are presented with the chance of having an S1 minor solar radiation storm from all of the high proton levels that would be emitted from a coronal mass ejection from Sunspot region 3590. There has been some very unique, weird energy lately. I don't know if you've felt it, but it's like very slow moving, a little uncomfortable, and it's like we're going through a void period. We also did have a full moon, so there's a lot of tug and pull still there yet, but our Schumann is showing those grid patterns yet again. Mainly quiet, but you can tell in the energy that something's off. And you can tell by the frequency that something is off. So there is a notable difference within the frequency of Earth, which means there is a notable difference between how you are feeling. We also are getting some spikes on our Schumann in Italy. And this is all for today. So the heightened frequency of Earth is due to these penetrating cosmic rays. But we'll keep our eyes on this. So some very interesting energy today. Remember, emotional extremes can come to the forefront because we're going into Libra energy. We need to regain some balance, and it's gonna happen quickly because we're in Pisces season. So hang in there and just be you. That's how you get through this. Just be you. And self-care, take care of you so you could be the shiniest you that you've ever been. Let me know in the comments if this is really messing with you. Love ya.